Welcome to Diplomatic Channel this week. I am Amarachi Ubani. The World Economic Forum is held successfully in Nigeria. The president did keep his word when he promised that the lives of the delegates would be safe in the federal capital city, Abuja. And while the compulsory stay-at-home order was effective, and I might say some businesses suffered a little during this period, it was all for the greater good. For 3 days, security in the FCT was airtight, and perhaps no one thought about terrorism and its threats in Nigeria. But the threats have been real in other parts of the country. The abduction of over 200 girls from a government girls' secondary school in Chibok seems to have dominated international headlines. Still dominating, though, a pressure has been on the government to take physical responsibility for this and do something. The most common expression now on social media is the hashtag Bring Back Our Girls. Everyone's using it, from social media activists to civil rights activists to celebrities, both local, national and international, and even high-profile government individuals have displayed placards with the hashtag. Alongside the media awareness drawn to the plight of the Chibok girls is a national protest. Chibok mothers have vowed to keep meeting every day until the girls are found. The pressure has forced the hand of the president to ask for international help in finding the missing girls, and members of the international community have not denied Nigeria the necessary assistance.
What was once thought to be a Nigerian problem has certainly gone global. The whole world has become more aware of the case of the missing girls in government secondary school in Chibok, Borno State.
Bring back our girls! Bring back! Number 113!
Describing it as outrageous, cowardly and inhuman. Condemnation has even come from Muslim countries, which say what the group has done bears no relation with the teachings of Islam. They have urged Boko Haram leaders to free the girls. But when it came down to providing real assistance, countries like the United States, Britain and France were the first responders. US President Barack Obama discussed with President Goodluck Jonathan on what level of assistance will be needed.
We have offered, and it's been accepted, help from our military and law enforcement officials. We're going to do everything we can to provide assistance to them. In the short term, our goal obviously is to help the international community and the Nigerian government as a team to do everything we can to recover these young ladies.
Last week, a team of US experts and some military officials arrived in the country to help with surveillance, intelligence gathering and negotiation skills. A couple of days later, British Prime Minister David Cameron announced that the UK team will be arriving in the country to join their US counterparts.
This is an act of pure evil. It's united people across the planet to stand with Nigeria to help find these children and return them to their parents.
France said it was gathering a team of experts also, but it has also offered to host a meeting in Paris this weekend that will involve Nigeria and some of our Francophone neighbors. The Chinese government has also stepped in. The message was given to President Goodluck Jonathan during Premier Li Keqiang's visit during the World Economic Forum on Africa. Even Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday called President Jonathan to express his country's sympathy and solidarity with Nigeria. He condemned the mass abductions and then promised that a team of experts will be arriving in the country soon. They would work with the teams from the United States and Britain.
What is going on is an attempt to ensure coordination, to work out, to fine-tune the counter-terrorism strategy, and to go onto the field and provide greater support for the troops that are already on the ground.
Meanwhile, the terrorist group released a video recently showing about 130 girls. The leader, Abubakar Shekau, indicated in the video the terms for their release, that all imprisoned militants be freed. He also said that he had freed the girls by making them Muslims. Majority of the girls are believed to have been Christians as at the time of their abduction. The girls were seen dressed in Muslim garb, common in northern Nigeria, especially where they are Muslims. But despite the offers of assistance, the government has been criticized for the delay. Many believe if help had been accepted sooner, then we would have been closer to finding the girls. But the government has promised it is doing its best, and the president is confident that the girls will be found and brought back home.
5 p.m. in the night.
Fun, inspiration, and knowledge. That's what you get from readers, writers, publishers, and the entire book world. Get some interesting reviews, events, interviews, and latest updates from the book world. The channel's book club, inspiring you one page at a time.
And here are other stories in diplomatic circles. Russia has urged the results of a controversial referendum in eastern Ukraine be respected and implemented in a civilized manner without any repetition of violence. The Russian government has also called for dialogue between the militants and the Ukrainian government with the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. Ukraine has described the election as a farce, while the EU and US have said the polls are illegal. Separatists in Donetsk and Luhansk, where the referendum took place, say 89% and 96% of voters voted in favor of self-rule. Meanwhile, Indians have participated in the final day of month-long general elections. With 814 million eligible voters, it is the world's biggest exercise in democracy, and the governing Congress party is battling the opposition Bharatiya Janata Party for power. In the courts, Oscar Pistorius' psychiatrist says the athlete has suffered an anxiety disorder since childhood and is anxious about violent crime. The psychiatrist, Meryl Voster, said that his actions when he shot his girlfriend on Valentine's Day last year should be seen in context of his anxiety. She said that Pistorius was more likely to respond to any threat with fight rather than flight. Mr. Pistorius says he accidentally shot Ms. Steenkamp through the toilet door in a state of panic, mistaking the 29-year-old model and law graduate for an intruder. Finally, Turkey has been ordered to pay 90 million euros by the European Court of Human Rights for the 1974 invasion of Cyprus. The invasion, launched on July 20th, 1974, was a Turkish military invasion in response to the 1974 Cypriot coup d'etat. The coup had been ordered by the military junta in Greece and staged by the Cypriot National Guard in conjunction with the EOKAB. It opposes Cypriot President Archbishop Merkaos III and installed Nikos Samson, a leader in favor of Enosis, the union of Cyprus with Greece. Well, the international assistance provided to Nigeria may seem to be coming